Wait, the last days of No Nut November are the hardest with respect to the urges. Always has been. People completing No Nut November. Others starting Don't Diddle December. No Nut November going well. My cousin taking off her shoes at Thanksgiving dinner. When you already failed No Nut November, but you keep on making pro No Nut November memes. I guide others to a treasure that I cannot possess. When you're one of the last still standing in No Nut November, how people think the end of No Nut November will be. How the end of No Nut November will actually be. When you're less than 5 days until the end of No Nut November, and a female accidentally touches your thigh. Watch it. That thing's loaded. OnlyFans girls suddenly losing 90% of their income during November. When you successfully complete No Nut November, but die of prostate cancer. Wasted. Mission passed. Respect. Did you know that peeing is the fastest way to get rid of a boner? Skeletor will come back tomorrow with more No Nut November facts. Remaining soldiers of No Nut November. Urges trying to get to us. Me who is still in. People who lost No Nut November, but glad. 2 days left. 48 hours left. Big Nut Eve's Eve. Those who masturbate on December 1st. Those who masturbate on November 30th. Me and the boys congratulating everyone who didn't fail No Nut November. Not nutting on December 1st. People who are waiting for the international end. People who don't nut on Sundays. I'm just a chill guy, pretending it's not a struggle. This person will complete No Nut November. Before No Nut November. After No Nut November. At the end of the day, whether you failed or not, you accepted the challenge. And that takes a lot of courage. For that, I salute you, sir. The glorious nut at midnight. Everyone who's gotten through No Nut November, when it's 28th of November, and now it's only you. The guys who didn't freaking edge, and the guy with erectile dysfunction. We're in the end game now. No Nut November 2024. You can't defeat me. Fallen soldiers. I know, but he can. People still in that gained the ability to smell sound. My honest reaction when the mother freaker tells me he lost on day 30. People who use nut passes to complete No Nut November. People who openly admit to failing No Nut November. People who actually pass No Nut November. Americans waking up on November 30th. Australians and New Zealanders who just won. Me. The last day of No Nut November. How others feel by day 26 of No Nut November. How I feel by day 26 of No Nut November. When you wake up and it is still No Nut November. Ah shit, here we go again. When you practice not nutting for so long, you do not remember if your junk works anymore. When you fail and get 3 seconds of dopamine, but also get stage 4 depression because you failed No Nut November. This has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. What my sperm cells will see on December 1st. On your feet, soldier, we are leaving. People who do not participate in No Nut November. People who try No Nut November, but fail. People who complete No Nut November. People who use passes to complete No Nut November. Last day of No Nut November in a nutshell. The urges are bad. Panic. It is December 1st, 12 a.m. and you could nut. Calm. Your clock was off. Panic. No Nut November 2021. I failed to a turkey. No Nut November 2024. I failed to skibidi toilet. No Nut November. People doing it because of too many urges. People doing it because of too few urges. Bad memories randomly popping out of your mind. The urges finally calming down. No Nut November participants, their prize. Girls on December 1st. Oh my god, only 24 days until Christmas. Boys on December 1st. Every day for the past month. What a waste of good wood.